Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Yakuza Kiwami on the Mysterious JG. Last time we were engaged in the first really you are intended to even be able to lose fight of the game. And it's a marked increase in difficulty. Majima's pattern here isn't like super insane. Like I'm certainly doing more damage to him than he's doing to me. The problem is he has a much longer health bar, so you'd really have to like have a approach where you're not taking damage at all to win this. And as I talked about last time, you don't have to win this fight to continue the story. So you can look it up for yourselves. I'm not going to bother to like showcase both. You can look it up. I did. You find on YouTube. Here's what happens if you beat Majima the first time you face him in, this game. And you can see how the cinema plays out. And it's like one line dialogue difference, and then it comes out exactly the same from there. But we're going to go ahead and finish the fight. I'm not going to like intentionally lose, but I'm also pretty sure I'm not going to win here. And I don't know if he gets tougher as But yeah, you can see I've completely used up my heat meter with all these hits I've taken. And throwing him is a lot harder at this point. And we just lost. I don't even know if getting him down to orange, if the next stamina meter would have been the last, or if he had another one after that. But obviously, he can take a lot more damage than we can. Or hits. Huff, huff. I'm not moving like I used to. It's more like he's not doing the damage he used to, but I guess that would be movement. So even you see it like it is. With one eye. The past 10 years have made you rusty and dull. All work and no play makes you a dull boy. You got no horsepower and you got no technique. Just another sorry punk fresh out of the joint. That's all you are now. Kamurocho ain't so plush anymore. No way you're gonna make it in these streets. Like I said, you see that woman in the background who's wearing the business suit? She just turned around. She's walking away from camera. You see that guy she's walking towards with the checkered shirt? They're both insane badass warriors. Everyone around here is. Damn. But there's one thing you haven't lost while you were doing hard time. It's those eyes. I'm glad to see your eyes are still intact in your head. They're so pretty. What? Your eyes are still blazing. Mark my words, you'll find your old self again. Hell, you'll become something greater than you've ever been. Majima-san. Listen, as long as you stay in this town, I'm gonna be on your ass. Wherever you go, there I'll be. Like, apparently that conversation we had with him back then really left an impression on this guy. I think his mind was broken when he, like, fucked around with us and, like, threatened to kill us and we just didn't give a fuck. That really got through to Majima. If you don't want to die in some worthless fight against me, then you best call up the old dragon of Majima strength that you used to have. I get it. I can't let it end like this, and even if it takes using you as a stepping stone, I'm gonna rise back up. Now they mentioned we can increase our attributes, and in fact I didn't mess with that yet because to gain points to increase your attributes, you start grinding against regular random encounter fights, which will become a thing very shortly. I'm almost positive you can't get any before you have to fight Majima the first time, though, which is why there was no sense in us trying to fight Majima. Like, sneak around, get random battles, level up, fight Majima. Like, I'm pretty sure you have to fight Majima at base stats or close to base stats. And when I say base stats, like, I don't even think we could look into our stats before. They are not the same. Those tutorial battles we were doing earlier, where, like, nothing really seemed to hurt me and I was devastating everyone with 2 or 3 hits, and people just wouldn't be defeated until I did the move the game wanted me to do to them, but I could do that pretty much with impunity because nobody was able to hurt me. Yeah, those are not the stats I have now. I am now much more vulnerable. Apparently Kiryu was not spending his time in prison, like, working out. Heh, can't wait to see you try, Kiryu-chan. But yeah, they make a point of this. We call Majima Majima-san, I think, which is a polite way for two social equals to address each other. He calls us Kiryu-chan, chan being the diminutive suffix you would add to a girl's name if, you know, a female person is younger than you, I guess socially beneath you, or if you're just close to them, like, you know, women of the same age who've known each other for years will call each other their first name Chan. And I don't think you're supposed to call a boy Chan unless you're just like insulting him. But other people know more about Japanese culture than I do, and correct me. But I think there's a difference. Kiryu, like always, even when dealing with someone he doesn't like, he just kind of carries himself in a professional and respectful manner. And Majima, like a big part of his character is he ain't doing that. He is fucking with you with every word he says, even if he likes you. And I think he really does like Kiryu, but he's just fucking with him all the time. Now sneak up from behind him. Get him. Get him. He snuck up on you. Sneak up on him. Upgrading abilities. Kiryu lost many of his skills while he was imprisoned, but those skills can be regained by using experience points to upgrade abilities from the pause menu. You can gain more experience by defeating enemies in battle, eating food at a restaurant, drinking at a bar, or by completing sub-stories. Upgrading the Dragon of Majima style. The Dragon of Majima style that made Kiryu a legend cannot be regained by using experience points. Instead, you regain those skills through battle against Majima, who will attack you at various places around town. Beating him will deepen your connection and gradually restore those skills. Always keep weapons, armor, and healing items handy so that you're prepared to fight Majima wherever and whenever he appears. Skipping messages, you can skip messages too. You got something to say, buddy? Alright, well, let's look at our abilities. We've got Soul, increase your heat action prowess. Tech, learn new moves for your battle styles. Body, increase maximum HP and power. Dragon, relearn the Dragon of Majima style. Well, so we can't do anything with these. Experience needed times 1. Well, how do I see how much experience I've got? We've got boost health plus 1, boost health plus 2. You've got this kind of wheel. You can decide what path you want to take. I had a strategy when I was off screening. There are specific things I wanted to get to. Reduce the damage you take when thrown by an enemy. I think I was kind of like, I was always hit. It's a little bit like a much smaller, simplified version of the Final Fantasy X sphere grid. And my general approach was follow the main path they've laid out, but do every side path first. Although in this case, you really can go clockwise or counterclockwise. So if you go counterclockwise here, you've got all these places you can go, but it terminates here. Boost attack damage. Whereas going clockwise, oh, you know what? It takes you to the same place. Alright, you just have to figure out which one you want. But I can't tell how much experience I have to spend. I'm a little confused. So this one, you can go flying kick. Throw your entire body behind a vicious kick. After grabbing an enemy, charge up a devastating attack. Grab the enemy, then hold down one of those, okay? Weave away from an enemy during a rush combo. Essentially, guarding against attacks will cause the heat gauge to rise, however, will not fill up the heat climax heat gauge. Bolster your defense while in heat mode. Heat gauge will rise when you taunt an enemy, however, does not fill up your climax rage. Heat gauge will slowly rise over time when you are wounded. Let's gain taunt power. Okay. Don't have enough XP. Okay, it just flat out tells you whether you have enough. So can I just get anything that requires 1 XP? Oh no, that meter at the top was it. So I just grabbed this. I guess those are both good as far as... Yeah, whatever. I'm sure I'll be able to make up for foolish mistakes early in leveling. Alright. Boy! Oni-san! It's a Popo. It's a Popovich. Oh, because I can now actually earn money and buy stuff with it. Can I help you find anything today? Okay, so I can start buying stuff like... I got 150,000 yen. I can buy things that fill up your heat, give you health. Boss Rainbow Mountain. The premium malts. Pocket tissues. Alright, well, I don't need any of that stuff right now. But yeah, eventually you're going to need to keep stuff on hand for... And you can just, like, you know, it becomes an action RPG. You can be like, I'm going to go into a fight I know will be difficult with, like, 800 healing items by grinding against regular enemies until I have enough money to buy 800 healing items. So that somebody like me, who likes playing through the story but isn't necessarily the arcade master of all time, can, you know, have a good time with the video game. Peace Finance. I don't think Peace Finance is going to matter again. Hey. Who said hey? Did you say hey? Hey you. Never seen you around before. What do you think you're trying to get through here? What do you think you're doing? Oh, trying to get through here. None of your business. As a matter of fact, it is. It's clear as day that you're no civilian, so why are you sniffing around, huh? Looking for Tamura? I'm not sniffing around, I'm looking for Stardust. And I'm looking for a place called Stardust. Stardust? That's some kind of host club? Never heard of it. You need better intel, man. A host club would mean that, like, dudes are there to sex us up, so he's calling us gay. Oh my god, he's calling us, you know, one of them gay folks. We need to bust him up. You can't be saying that. Unless we are gay, in which case we could be like, you still meant that as an insult, didn't you? Fine. Sounds like we're done here, then. Later. Hold up, old man. Why are you snooping around for a host club? You're getting sketchier by the minute. You and I need to have a little chat. And if I say no? Or by chat, do you mean me beating the shit out of you? Because I could use some experience points. Well, then, you leave me no choice. I'll have to teach you a lesson that'll leave a lasting impression. Cool. Street Thuggaga. Oh, and he's got guys joining him, except that it's actually just regular civilians. No, I meant to... I'm kind of messing up a lot here. I guess I can't... I don't really, hit dudes while they're down very effectively. Not that graceful. Beast mode is fun, but it's not that graceful. But I earned 10,000... No, I earned 3,000 of the 10,000 experience for that goal. Well, you're a lot easier to beat than Majima is, but I guess Majima's like a legend of combat. You win! Who in the world are you? Better that you don't know. Anyway, what's your problem? Oh, I'm just following orders here, man. The boss told me to keep watch. See, there was a murder today, so I'm supposed to keep tabs on anyone who looks suspicious. But anyway, now that you've beaten me up, I'll tell you everything I know about everything. Yeah, see, now fine. In that case, shouldn't you at least know an info broker or two here in the neighborhood? Yeah, okay, sure. The most famous informant in these parts is Aoki, a journalist, who you've met 10 years ago for whatever reason. It's time for karaoke with Aoki. I think I saw him around Theater Square. Got it. And try to stay out of trouble for your own good. Yes, sir. Aoki, you got chairless at the Theater Square again today. Alright, cool beans. Well, we can upgrade abilities. So we got a point. Now here, yeah, we gotta... Some of these paths are more confused than others. Like this, you can start in different directions. Grab an enemy and then hold down. Okay, so you can charge a devastating attack. But probably just the most basic health boost is where we want to start. Let's get our basic stats up and then we can start getting funky techniques. Maximum health, maximum... This is... Unflinchingly ignore pain. Okay. Resist guard while in heat mode to stay standing even when hit by knife or gun attacks. Ooh, interesting. But yeah, I think my strat was keeping an eye out for techniques I was interested in, but otherwise, when I was leveling up off screen, it was like, find the nearest boost attack damage and move towards it. I'm allowed to come into this place. Welcome. May I take your order? I'll have... Let's see. I haven't earned any money yet. Like I got in a fight with Majima and I got in a fight with Aoki, but no money. I do think I get money from random fights. So let's just get a standard beef bowl. See what that does. We should get experience for that, I think. Ho ho. Yeah, 40 experience points. Whoop your shit. Alright, well, but we'll have that down as one we've ordered in the past. And again, eventually I'll get around to loading a state where I spent like an afternoon just playing this game and trying not to advance the story, goofing around, and I've probably bought almost all the food combinations around here. But that 40 experience doesn't... Like, I don't see how many hit points and stuff we actually have. But it does look like 40 experience is a tiny little bit of green on that meter. I keep getting this little, like... It's getting this weird, like, boom sound, like there was something to find here. It's him. Oh, okay. Well, here's our first random encounter with street punks. There's no dialogue, they just start fighting us. I had a heat action, and then I tried to use it, and nothing happened. Oh, never mind. I guess I'll save it for next time. But yeah, I've got a lot more experience for that than I did for eating a beef bowl, assuming that's how it worked. But I also got money. Okay, see? That's how it works. I've got... I used 400 yen to get a beef bowl. And so apparently I got 1,088 yen for that fight because I'm now at 150,688. So let's get a bigger beef bowl yet to celebrate our victory. Can I take your order? I'll have... But eventually you reach a point where you're full. It says I got experience. Keep an eye on that meter. Does it really change? Tiny bit. A tiny bit. Okay. And if you have full hit points, then you don't gain anything from food, I guess. Unless you get a special perk, which you can unlock by spending completion points. And that's to stop you from going around just like trying to eat all the food everywhere. You're supposed to actually eat food when you need health. We got a coin locker key B2. We got the mythical New York hot dog, which I don't think we actually get to eat at, but it exists. You guys kind of look like you might be enemies, but you're not. Yeah. It's the roughneck, Mr. Hughes. Can I grab anything to beat these guys up with? Man, I was trying to press triangle to do cool moves. All my powers get depleted as I'm trying to get something cool going. Would I just, can I please get over to the item? I want to pick up the item and use the item. I might have been hitting the wrong button to do heat actions. That's a possibility. Alright, but there you go. You can see how just fighting those guys endlessly... This is a game where you can grind your way to being more powerful. I don't know what that thing that keeps coming up is. I'm currently running away from these guys because I'd rather not waste my time. I need the safety of this beef bowl place. Because I'd like to see, am I actually am I going to get anything for... This place has a fairly limited menu. Can I max out this, try everything at this restaurant and get a reward for it? Yep, I got CP complete. Alright, see, so I got CP for completing that. And again, a lot of this, I'm just showing off on screen how this works, but I do think we're eventually going to load this. I'm going to take, I have like 10 states worth of going back and forth, tweaking and doing things. I think I'm just going to give up on everything except save state 3, where I know I start chapter 4 having done all the nonsense I could have on the side. I think after that, I'm not going to worry about trying to figure out which save slot was best, because we now know Majima will be attacking us, and a lot of my making different save slots turned into, I was trying to run around and do stuff off screen to gain points and not show anything, not do anything that should have been on screen. But Majima kept showing up and attacking me in different ways with different dialogue, and I also, like, Majima makes this game difficult to let's play with off-screening to save the audience's time, because Majima will keep popping up and doing things that are fun and interesting that you want to see, when you thought you were just going to ignore the story and grind for points for a while. Anyways, so completion list. We've now got... points for that. How do I see how many points I've got? I had 1 point. I guess I'd have to go all the way back to Bob. Oh, I got 3 completion points. I'd have to go all the way back to Bob What's-His-Face to actually spend them. But, you know, I don't think we're going to... Yeah, we only got a few minutes left in the video. Let's just do that. I don't think we're going to... Oh. It's... Well, okay, well, this isn't what I expected. Hey, Kiryu-chan. Majima-san, I'm sorry, but I'm in a hurry right now. I don't have time to hear you. Oh, is that so? Well, that's good news. Is it? See, you're in a hurry, and I don't plan on letting you get through. That means... You catch my drift, don't you, Kiryu-chan? If I want to pass, I need to fight you, don't I? At least it makes sense. It does, don't it? But I ain't so weak that you'll get through me while your skills are still all shot to shit. If you don't want to die, you better bring it. Wasn't planning on holding anything back. Bring it on. Oh, by the way, there's a key behind you I need to get to. So he will be significantly weaker now in this mode. Damn it, I had a heat mode saved up and everything. And now he's going for badass techniques. They gave me a tutorial on dealing with the they bend over and start glowing thing, and I've already forgotten what you're supposed to do. I didn't know it involved switching stances. Man, you're starting to pack a punch, Kiryu-chan. You never cease to amaze. You're looking pretty relaxed for having lost. Damn straight. I have so much fun fighting you, I can't help but feel good about it. The more we fight, the more pumped up I get. I could fight you forever. Fight forever. Fight forever. It's the AEW game that's apparently coming out soon. Only like 2 years later than it was supposed to. I got that on my Amazon list as a thing that like my family members could buy me for Christmas or a birthday. It hasn't come out yet. It might be great. I have a feeling it's going to be a shit show. And shit show wrestling games are sometimes very fun LPs. You sure about that? But it looks like I lose this time. We can pick up where we left off later. See you around, Kiryu-chan. Well, I'll be tempted to do all the Kojima, like, keep recording this until I've beaten Kojima as many times as I can here. But I don't know how many videos that might take. I can't avoid fighting with Majima-san. I need to be prepared at all times so I can face him wherever and whenever. So we automatically go from rank G up to learn Dragon Kick Reborn. We beat Thug Majima. You can no longer sense a connection with Majima. You must continue on with the main story, complete certain sub-stories to draw him out. Okay, never mind. It does warn you. It does tell you when you are or are not still eligible for Kojima fights. And I was like, oh, I feel like I should play enough to be done with Kojima for the time being. But now it's like, oh, never mind, I am. Obtained Tahai Boulevard, Coin Locker, blah, blah, blah. Upgrade ability. So I have one. Yeah, so this one is more of an automated. You unlock these automatically as you fight Kojima. You don't really have to make decisions here. But you can see what the requirements are. Obtain Coliseum Prize Image of the Dharma. Complete the challenge presented by Kamaki. Even further boost to maximum health, but I don't have enough for it. Another thing to do is just to look around and find all the stuff that only costs 1 experience point and get it before you start accumulating things that cost 3. Unless you really know, I'm never using this flying kick shit, in which case you don't bother. Except that you have to know that behind this flying kick that you may or may not use, other stuff will become available. Flying kick, like run and use flying kick, that actually sounds pretty fun. After grabbing an enemy, charge up a devastating attack. Grab an enemy and then hold down a button. Yeah, let's try that shit out. Eventually. But, I mean, I remember watching Lethal play. Yeah, he would not visit this menu after every fight. And eventually I'll probably reach the point where I earn more than 1 experience point before I worry about spending them. But I do want to visit Bob Mitsudaira, whatever his name is here, before this is all over. Because this will be the last video of this session for me. What can I do for you? And now I know that food is the only way. So we got 3. We can gotta go fast. Dash for longer, recover more quickly. Or, if we don't have enough for Nouveau Rich Influx, Nouveau Rich Men start appearing around town. That's handy, though, because they drop a lot of money, I think. Get the Yakuza training gear equipment. Get the beast amulet so you can go into beast mode. This is the key locker key watcher accessory. I think probably helps you detect locker keys, and so that's useful. How useful that is depends on whether or not you're going to be using a fact to find all the locker keys. Otherwise, it's like you're mostly here just getting better at running around, which is kind of not that essential. Whereas here, it's like you can get the fast guys who drop money will start showing up. I don't remember what Yakuza training gear does, but it probably helps you gain experience or something faster. I don't know. It feels like the first thing I should get is probably getting the rich guys to drop, but yet to show up, just as a way to make fighting more profitable. But for now, we're going to throw down a save. We're going to call it a video. Off screen, I might look at that slot 3 and see just how much I've done, so I know just how much I should worry about trying to level up on screen. But the next couple of on-screen videos, I'm waiting for feedback from those who watch these as they go up. Of, you know, do you have strong feelings about the voice acting? But I think the pattern I've hit, the full-on story animated scene, like, you know, people are fully pre-rendered cutscenes. I'm throwing in interjections like I would if it was in English. I'm talking over the Japanese voice acting on stuff where I can control the pace. That's what I think I'm going to do, but if you have really strong feelings one way or another, let me know. Otherwise, I think the next couple of videos will be us playing through the story. I'm not going to go out of my way to get into fights you don't need to be in. Because, as I said, I know I've got a save slot coming where it's not like I'll have broken the game by becoming all powerful, but I've got a save slot knowing coming where I know I'll have done quite a bit. The thing that's going to really control the pace of me getting to this save slot is knowing that, like, I want to do the Majima fights on screen, because there's gonna be a lot of them, though. At any rate, that's it for this video. When we come back next time, we're fresh out of jail, and we really don't know what's going on. The only person who really showed up to greet us coming out of prison was Majima, because he's got this weird fixation on fighting with us. He is the Cypher to our Squall, the Vegeta to our Goku, except possibly... It's not that he's more or less homoerotic than those, but it is like it's even more apparent, despite the fact that he's supposed to be this murderous psychopath, that like he really likes us. He really wants to be our friend. Anyway, guys, we'll see you next time.